Hello everyone, welcome to the development stream number 6. Okay, so regarding the level modeling for the new game mod and the new game mod in general, it take a lot of time, so it is not very interesting to stream, and there is a lot of back and forward progress going on. So I guess today we're gonna be doing something different, and it is the modeling of the hopefully modeling of the new mech, new dino mech that has been requested on one of the previous streams. Also, let me know if the sound is good. Okay. Do you hear me at all? Are you gonna cook? What are you gonna cook today? Does someone hear me at all? Okay, I believe the sound is good. So the idea is like I don't have any specific picture in mind, so you've been asking for the like a T-Rex mech. So yeah, since I'm not an artist and I don't have very good visual imagination, we will have to get some references. So we're gonna start on that, and also I have this very sneaky idea to steal someone else's idea of having that dino to have this dino will have a sword in mouth, so this will be his main feature. Like this is there is the guy on YouTube, his name is Jean Nguyen, I believe. He's the very awesome dude. I believe he is an animator, and a while ago there is his channel. Check it out. It is called Jean Animate. So check it out. He is an animator, and I saw a few of his videos, and he has this very cool animated dino fights. Yeah, we're not gonna be looking it all the way through, but you can check it out yourself. And some time ago, he announced that he will be working on his own game about this dinos with swords. It is called Dino Blade. It is currently being developed, and it is awesome. Yeah. It's just crazy stuff. So I'm gonna steal his idea. I believe it is not forbidden to do so, and also mine version not going to be like the as half as cool as his. So yeah, how did it draw its sword? Yeah, the Dynamech will be a playable character. Yeah, so that's the idea. That's the idea. This is this. Yeah, let's drag some references in. So that's just ordinary Google images search. using also the pure ref. That's the simple app that allows you to drag in some images and leave it there on top of other windows to use them as references. Yes, I'll put it on the second monitor. Ready Player One Mecha Godzilla. Okay, that's ready. Just a second, I saw the idea that I like right there. I like that little guy having his weapon on the hand. That's actually a very cool idea. So I'll drag it. We will most likely have the weapon on the spine as all other mechs have, but he can have like right weapon type of equipment in his right hand. No, it's not gonna be a transformer. It's gonna be a dino mech. So let me know if you like some concepts. Will this dynamic have exclusive abilities like biting or something similar? I don't think biting is something exclusive, since we already have this with other mechs. But we're gonna need to have something. Well, having special sword attacks, I believe. Probably we can have like separate set of swords made specifically for the dynamic. Okay, let's just drag some random images. This one. Also, I probably should open the Pinterest. I don't know, .or, where is it? .or. Tin, 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 tin. Dynamic. Yes, I see right in the Ready Player One Mecha Godzilla. I will search for it just in a few seconds. Okay, having this saws like chainsaws as the jaws is a very cool idea. Gonna steal that. What else? This one actually has the weapon on the spine. That is something that our mech will have as well. What else? Oh, I like that monocular type of thing instead of face. Should I call it? Not gonna help him to hold the sword, though. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. People are crazy talented to have these ideas. Yeah, yeah, just how cool is that that you have so many artists just sharing their work all around the world. You can, oh my god, well, what time are we living in? Okay, so what's the Ready Player One Mecha Godzilla? Mecha Godzilla images. So that's basically just Mecha Godzilla. Mechanical. I don't like its proportions. Like from looking on it, I can say this thing is like huge and super duper heavy, and I would like the mech to be more like nimble and fast, things like that. We're not going to have like mech of the with the size of the skyscraper. It is cool by itself, it just doesn't fit my vision of what I have in mind. You are not reusing Dino model from Respawn Kingdom? No, I am not gonna do that. Well, Dino from Respawn Kingdom is like Dino with wings, but it's actual living thing, and we're gonna have the Dino mech, if it makes sense. Okay, this Mecha Godzilla. I don't know if you have something specific, like image or concept you're talking about, to then let me know. But I don't find it to be like what I want. I like this kind of concepts way better. Also, we might just like only have a general idea of its shape, of its uh, well, anyway, we won't have like this kind of level of details in the game because it just uh, it just doesn't look like other mechs in the game. So it will be much simpler, much less detailed, and much more stylized and cartoony than it is on these concepts. Still, we just looking for, oops, just looking for interesting ideas in specific places. Like this one is, I like this long head. What else can we, oh, we saw this body in the Google search. Too complicated code if Dino transforms. Well, I don't know. There is a lot of things to not only code but to animate, and specifically it will just have like special systems written specifically for this one mech, and that won't be used in any others. For example, what if he does like have for example, ability to bite? What happens if he transforms to another form when where he can't bite? So we should have a system that detects which abilities he has in one form, which abilities in other form. All of this should be written, tested, and so on. And yes, it is very time consuming. Not to say it is not a good idea, but sometimes you have to discard like things that are too long to do, to just, make something, to get something finished. So I want to do something simpler. Okay, this guy is cool. Something like 1980s Transformers, those the old ones. Okay, so I have a few reference images. Should I just search for ordinary dinos, not mechs? Dino, how is dinosaur? Dinosaur. I like this guy. He's gonna make another monster again. Yay. No, this one is not a monster. This one is going to be the actual playable mech. Tank head and robot body on top. Triceratops for quad tanky mech. Triceratops is possible, but that's not the one I'm going to be working on right now. And name of this mech, I don't know yet. You propose the name. Whoops. Okay, so let's start with something. We don't need that one. As always, we'll start with cube. remain another monster, right? No, it will be a playable mech. So these are the concept arts I have so far. I think I like this kind of proportions, though it can be too long in the game and it can cause troubles with its tail penetrating walls and things like that. So it can be okay. Let's just start somewhere and see where it goes. Dynamic. I'm sorry. I I just turned the mic off my mouth. So just fix that. No. Transform. Почему он разноцветный? Это просто текстура такая, в которой палитра из множества цветов, которые я использую для всех роботов. И у кубика по умолчанию такая развертка, что он на всю эту текстуру растянут, поэтому куча кубиков. Впоследствии я просто беру нужные грани и назначаю их на какой-то вот цвет, и он тогда становится того цвета, которого я хочу. То есть это просто такая техническая деталь. I wish Quad Mech HP was buffed. I don't know. The other day I was playing and I usually play in mid to low tier mechs, and when you meet like a good quad player, you just can't do anything with this kind of mech. So I believe in humanoids room quads aren't very strong, but in low level rooms they are. So yeah. But let me know. My personal opinion that the HP is quite okay for the quads. Hola, bonjour. Karim Gamer YT. Parlez-vous français, Karim? That's a weird raptor. Yeah, this is. Is this a proof of concept or just an official model that's just blocked out, early blocking out of the model? Not the proof of concept yet. Obviously, it's not gonna end there. Что за мех с крыльями был красный? Я рассказывал на одном из предыдущих стримов. Это была идея для такого робота, который появляется в комнате, когда игра засекает читеров. И ну, короче, он бессмертный, сражается исключительно с читерами, телепортируется к ним и достает их. Вот. Но проблема именно в том, чтобы игра точно, безошибочно определила, что игрок читер. И с этим вот проблемы, поэтому я не стал его пока что добавлять в игру. Это может измениться позже, но пока так. I don't know, I just like those kind of giant jaws. Squarish kind of jaws. Yes, it is called the judge. This that mech right there. It is actually already has been animated, and it has its AI written. Just the problem is how to determine that some player is the cheater with certain level of certainty. Mewing dynamic. Also, I should often check it how it looks from behind, because that is how the player will see it most of the time. Okay, I ain't sure about the color scheme for this one. Let's start with just I don't know. My usual working process is I have like one main color, one, I don't know, one complementary color, and one color for details. Okay, let's not forget of the things it should be able to do. So it should be able to should, obviously. So it, like, I just realized that the chest is too short. This guy should be more like this, probably. So it must have slots for the gun, for the right weapon, for the equipment, and for the engines. That's a bare minimum. just want to find models of items from the game so I could try them out in different places. Weapons. No, those are weapons. Let's get the item. No, this weapon. Okay, so if he shoots from the weapon on his spine, then what if he has a weapon in his mouth? What do you think about it? He's holding it. No, I think that's a very weird thing to do. But that's just one possibility. I don't remember where the items file, how it is being called. Just has been made so long time ago. What was the last thing I added as the equipment? Was it the anti-gravity gun? Something else? Items. Oh, that is some good naming right there. Not everything is there though. Okay, let's grab like this right weapon. No, we will grab this right weapon, this equipment, and the sword, just for the sake of reference. Okay, let's say the sword. He will probably have his own swords, but the sword in his mouth. The weapon. What if he doesn't have any weapon at all? What do you think about that? Make like duper super duper powerful sword attacks, but no primary or secondary weapon whatsoever. What do you think? Also, I would like not to steal idea of dino sword, dino blade game completely. So yes, it wouldn't look just as close as very close to the video I showed in the beginning of the stream. Okay, this just looks silly a little bit, right? What if he has these weapons in his hands, like in this concept? So right weapon and the equipment in his short front tiny hands. Let's add those. change the color because it doesn't stand out very well. Just to see it better. Can I make 2D concepts of dinos? Of course you can. Why don't they have any arms? I don't know. They just don't. Those arms aren't placed correctly. I believe that would be the better spot. Okay, it looks, those proportions look very boring from behind. It is Primasaur. Yeah, something like that. What? Oops. What if he has his shoulders way wider? Also, he should have a big, very big kind of hips. Or rumps. Because those dinosaurs were very heavy, and since the entire weight of the body, in order to be moved, it relies on legs. It should have very big hips. Probably it is rideable. I don't know. Okay, I just don't like this weapon at all. Is there engines? Looks silly as well. should you not add guns on it? I'm not sure at the moment. Should I? Oh, that's the scale not applied. Don't pay attention to the details. It's just I have some random ideas and I can't imagine how it looks, so I just try them out. I think Dynamech one eye, yeah, one eye is worth trying to see. Okay, let's call this eyes 1 and hide it. Copy it and hide it. It has the origin point in the wrong place. Set origin to 3D cursor, and now it's in the middle. What do you think? One eye or two eyes or three eyes? Maybe, I don't know. How does it look? Why does the eyes look like it going to shoot lasers? I don't know. is the eye can be a substitute guns. Hmm. I don't know what I did. I just removed everything. Okay, I shouldn't pay attention to details just yet. There is so much to think of in terms of proportions and what should it be able to do and what should be able to wear. Like, what's equipment slots does it have? Okay, I'm pretty sure it should have arms, but it can have equipment like that on his right above the shoulders, and I'm not sure what looks better. What about the big head? Like big head, even bigger. Hmm. Just Fox, why don't you have the Dynabite SND throw the mech? I didn't get that SND throw the mech part. Okay, it's now it looks like a Pikachu uh, from behind. Just silly thing to. right weapons and equipment is in the hands. Whoa. So you like it better when it is in the hands, am I right? Because I ain't sure. Why does the mech has no gray parts? It will have later on when I'll be certain about its proportions and like adding those gray parts, separating like inner mechanisms from the armor plates is the later part of the modeling. Right now I just looking for general shape, if it makes sense. This is Roth model, yes it is. Not nearly a finished one. Not even close to being one. One of the concepts I'm constantly looking at has this jaw like in two parts separated. I don't know if I like it or not. What do you think? Just an idea. Maybe is animation and rigging will be a problem, folks. I don't know, don't think it will be. Animating is, for me, it is simpler than modeling because I don't do the modeling professionally, only like doing it for myself, and animation is what I've been doing for a long time for living. The eye should be an optic blast. What is an optic blast? Like a laser or something? Should it have larger arms? No, it shouldn't. What about the weapon? Weapon just spoils it all. It doesn't look good no matter how I place it. I'd put it there, it won't be seen, and it looks even sillier. If we wouldn't have weapon, we can have like spikes or something, you know, some kind of spine, thorns, things like that. Let's try it. Nope. Just copy it to test it out. At least these things add a little bit to the shape. Make the spikes damage the enemies if they touch or fall on it. Well, that's a tricky part because we can add like some special ability to where he can, for example, roll forward, flip or something and damage with spikes. But if he is just untouchable all the time, it will look glitchy because you know, there is a network lag, and for example, on my client, where I play as the dino, I see that you touches that thorns, and I apply damage to your player. But on your client, because of the network lag, it may look like nothing happened, like player ran somewhere close to you and you got damage out of nowhere, and it will not look very good if there is no like visual confirmation of the why damage has been applied, like special animation or something every time. The that is why mechs don't collide. Also, that is why they like in early version of the game, I tried to add damage that has been applied on impact, like when two mechs colliding each other can apply damage on the collision, but that just looked very strange and glitchy on other client. Also, I tried to make the mech so they could stomp on the pilots and kill them, and it doesn't look very good also. Okay, I think I like the spikes part, not the exact shape of them, but having them at the first place. But there is a problem with weapon and the engines. There is no place to put this type of equipment. So what are the probable things we can do with that? Well, the first that comes into mind is we won't have the weapon and we won't have the engines, but that would make it to have less equipment slots than even the very first playable mechs in the game have. So doesn't it like seem unfair? We have to have him to has something special to do to just like to explain why it is a higher level mech, but he has less equipment slots. Like no engine, no jump, right? Yes. I can actually have him can have him his own jump like a default ability that wouldn't need to have something installed. But if we don't have equipment slot uh, to then we can't customize it when we will have default jump, but that's all, and that's boring, right? We love to customize characters with so they would be playable like how we want them to be. Default dash. Yes, having default dash or jump or something is okay, I guess, but we can have it. We can have it like the pilot have different types of. He can have jump. He can have dash ability, and when we install different abilities, no parts appear. It's just different abilities. We can make it like the pilot. Still, it is a little bit strange. I mean, it should be explained somehow to the player why it's different from other mechs that have like the standard equipment slots, and this one doesn't. Oops. That jump would be like a stomp ability troll. What? Okay, I just will add some more relaxed pose, because right now it is hard to tell if it has the interesting anatomy. chest is very small, I think. Now, what if the neck is longer? What do you think? Does it look better? Well, it yes, it should be longer, but he is unbalanced right now in term of physical balance. He will just fall forward because of the heavy head and the sword. That's, that's the part of the why tails exist at all existed. So they just counterbalancing his weight while he not only standing but in the run and in the turns, like when he turns his head to the side, the tail will counteract it, so he would stay balanced. I know that it is popular, like movie thing that he can not exact dinosaur, but like some dinosaur could attack with their tails, and I seriously doubt that they did something similar. Like that one, there is this dino with like big club or something on the end of the tail, and well, it is possible that he used it to attack or something, but not the usual tail dinosaurs. How to be a crab in Armored Squad? Oh, that's actually an easy thing to do. You have to have this disguise ability for the pilot, and you go into the water and just use this disguise ability, and instead of usual things that masks he masks onto the crab, and it stays like that while you wet. When the wetness is gone, it will become a pilot again. And it also actually much stronger in terms of damage it can handle while it is crab, but it dries out very quickly. Is Armored Squad is a cross-compatible game? What do you mean? Since the update is released earlier for Android. Oh, I, yeah, I think I got what you meant. Yes, the last update doesn't change. If that's what you meant, like some updates change the internal version, and different versions can't play online together, and the last update didn't change the internal version, so it can be played together with older versions of the game. And the iOS version, I built it today in the morning, and it will be it has been sent to the review, and once it passes the review, hopefully it will be in the store. Usually it takes like several hours, but it doesn't depend on me, it depends on Apple. Sometimes it is days, sometimes they find something that like they find inappropriate and they tell me to change it, but that's a rare thing that happens. It took that long to send a simple insult? What? I think there is new pause. What do you mean? Okay, you just arguing again in the chat. I'm not participating in this. Does it have a fallen animation or something? Who? Like this mech doesn't have any animation at all because it is not yet modeled even. Okay, let's make it a special, give it a special name. It would be a neck part, and we'll have those to use this neck part. This one, two. Oh, what am I doing? It's like, it's way simpler than that. It's like link object data. This is how it's done. And now if I model something new, like it is changed on all of these models because they share the same object data. Now we can, I don't know, extrude it inside a little bit. Just random details. We'll adjust this later. looking at the concept, and I like this. Let me show it. I like this kind of details where it has this big round joints and thin bones, should I call it, that connect between those joints. So let's try something like that. There, probably. Let's copy that thing. Like when you model in a mech, it is, I'm not teaching, I'm just thinking out loud. It is a good idea to have those small details that like tell the story why it is a mechanism. Like they fake the faking the way it is working. So like if it were not modeled but engineered to work like that, like there should be a ball joint, I believe, right? It is important not to overcomplicate these things, because that's a game after all, and not everything should be like it is in the real world, but it is cool to have these little details that like support the illusion of it being the real thing. This should be shade smooth. And there it should have the, is it called, like hinge joint, I believe it is joint, ball joint is have different 3 axes of freedom, and the hinge joint just one, like in a human elbow. At least in a human elbow that is in a good working condition, should I say. Selection to active. I forgot how to copy the transform from not apply. Yeah, it only copies the position, but I need to copy the rotation. Maybe it is something like copy all to selected. Yeah, that's the one. You can say I'm not very proficient at modeling because I'm constantly looking for things, because I'm not that good at it. It should also share the materials. It doesn't share. Okay. Okay, just a general shape. Mirror. This one too. Maybe there is a dragon bot. I think the arms move when the robot walk or run like that. I think there is a rhino robot design soon. Well, we do have those quad mechs, and I don't think the rhino is very different from those, since we have the actual mech named rhino, and we can install the, you know, this armor on this head that looks like a rhino head. I know that that's not the actual rhino, but you as a player may like customize your mech to look like rhino, and adding a special rhino mech as a separate mech, I don't think it is necessary, to be honest. It doesn't give any new experience. It's just another way of another 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 thing that we already have, if it makes sense. Okay, so how is the, let's unhide the two other eyes. Disproportional is always better. Like having three similar eyes is boring, but having them a little bit different is better. The stubber doesn't work on campaign, like at all. Okay, let me just, I'll try the stabber in campaign. Because it should work, to be honest. I think it should have those neck boards. Should have some type of flatten. Okay, so there is some strange topology going on. This should be flattened. Topology is ugly, but I will fix this later. Just want to play with ideas, not to focus too much on good topology. So let's have those hands bigger. We can have him, we can make him have hands, not the like forearms, but actual hands right there, and still and the equipment can be connected to the forearms like this, or we can make him we can attach equipment instead of hands. Which one do you like better? I personally think that the connect forearms a little bit, I like it a little bit better because, but I don't know, I should play with it maybe behind the arm like that. Hmm, that's interesting. Also, let's just block out the hand. It will be there, and we don't need all this faces. Just trying to understand how it will look like with hands. What if there's also fingers? The fingers will definitely block the weapon from being fired, so that it is one of possible solutions, right? Put it on shoulder. You think so? Like this one looks better? I please post it in the chat. I need like different opinions or not exactly different, like to hear as much of your thoughts as possible. I'm disappointed in the editing. It's 2000, 2017 10-year-old kid editing. Make the primary weapon on the left and the secondary on the right. Hmm. What about the equipment? Equipment is fun stuff. I can't make the primary weapon uh, like on the shoulder because you know it can shoot in whatever direction you are looking at. I can make it can probably have it in the arm, but yeah, it is something I have to play with because it hasn't been coded to work like this. For the pilot, yes, it holds the weapon in his hands, but uh, the pilot is very small, and there are all kinds of visual like simplifications that are allowed because the pilot is so small. Like those primary weapons, they are not, they're not modeled uh, with the fact in mind that someone can hold them in his hands. They're very different in size and shape. Like there is this kind of thing. How would you hold it in hands? And you know, this kind of thing. They're different and proportionally different and of different shape, and the pilot just holds just pilot can't use a lot of weapons at the first place, like he can't use this one or this one, but also the pilot is very tiny, so the weapon in his hands is very tiny, so it hides those visual simplifications. It's just put being put in his hands, and no one can actually see those. It penetrates the hands, and it isn't being held correctly and being held correctly and things like that. And for the this mech, it will be relatively big, just as big as other mechs, and not as big as it is right now. It will be smaller, but relatively big. And if we have all kinds of weapon in his hands and they will be held incorrectly, I believe it would look terrible. So no weapon, primary weapon in the hand. That's what I'm saying. It's either in the mouth or somewhere on the spine, as with other mechs. Make the robot have fire breath. What do you think about hackers in the game? I well, I explained it many times. I don't feel like good about them, but I there is not a lot I can do about them. I only curious. Well, a lot of hackers appeared when the game have had a lot of downloads, and that's understandable. The more players play the game, the more curious, I guess, persons want to hack it. Just I don't know, for fun, I guess. But I'm that's very strange for me that in this period of time when the game isn't being played by a lot of players, it is very bad times for the game in terms of download counts, in terms of concurrent users, players playing the game count. And they chose this exact time to hack the game and like spoil the experience for the ones who left. Should I call it? That's strange for me that it is happening right now. So if you're hacking the game and you're making fun, and it is fun for you, I just want to like call out for you and just don't, because if you like playing the game and the experience will be spoiled, the less and less players will be playing, and the game will eventually die. I don't know. Is this a fun thing? Like, it's better having something than not having something, right? And if you spoil the experience for others, well, the people will just leave the game and you won't have any fun spoiling this experience for other players. Regarding what I can do about it, there's not much I can do, and I already am doing what I can. So if well, I heard this opinion many times that like I'm being lazy and I'm not doing enough because people also play other games like I don't know, the Call of Duty and something Overwatch, and there is not so many hackers in there. So I already explained this, that these big games are using the another type of network solutions. They are actually all server authoritative games, which means all the important code of the game is running on the server, and basically it allows you to check everything players do before you send it to the other players. Like if someone hacks the code on his own device, it doesn't matter, because when it sends anything to the server just understands that it is the hacked data, and it either disregards that this data, or it can simply kick the player out of the game. And it is not the case with my game, because I am using the network solution that that be in all the code is running on the user devices. There are no servers. Well, there are servers for that only transfer data. They don't run any of my code. So yes, that's why it is impossible to do anything against cheaters. Like, it is impossible to do some small thing and I already doing them. No, it is not changeable because well, because renting servers is very costly. It's like thousands of dollars every month. I can't afford it. Game doesn't bring this lot of money, so this photon network solution that I'm using is also I also have to pay for it, but it's hundreds of dollars versus thousands of dollars for thousands of dollars if it was a authoritative server. So yeah, it is not an option, unfortunately, for me. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I can't stop hackers. Well, the code is vulnerable because it's on the device and device is out of my reach. So anyone can hack the code on their own device and I can't do anything about that. I do some simple patches, you know, here and there to prevent, well, to basically double check the data that is being received, but it's not possible to check everything. Can it have fingers? Yes, it can. Just I messed up with hands somewhere, so I have to redo them. Oops. Damn it. Okay. Let's imagine these are the head. So that would be the finger. Oops. Oh, I screwed it up. Just have to put these things into one collection, which is the dynamic. Okay. So is this actually better on the shoulders than on the forearms? I'm still ain't sure. Okay, let's leave it there. No. How much coins will be this? I don't know, dude. That's not the like my concern right now. Oh my god, it's Miyata, the hacker. Top 6 strongest hacker in Armor Squad. You guys have like your own charts. The sixth strongest hacker. Who are the 5 others? I love this mech. Yeah, I hope it will be like fun to play. Who's the top one? Yeah, I'm eager to know too. Who composes the charts? Do you have like I don't know Academy Awards or something? Hacker Academy Awards, special events, you know, red carpet. How it is all working? Let me know. Don't you think it should have lancers? Lancers. Let me Google. I am lancers. I I don't know what the lancer is. I just Google it, it shows me the Mitsubishi Lancer, which was the first thing I thought of. What is the Lancer? That's just what it shows. Lancer, Lancer, Lancer. Let me know what is the Lancer. Lasers. You meant lasers. Okay. I don't know. We have primary lasers as primary weapons, and it is very likely that this mech won't have any primary weapons at all. Okay, just need to figure out the color scheme for the fingers. Should it be black or entire fingers should be black? Crazy, it's Armored Squad. I'm playing it since 2020. Вы про мины не забудьте, пожалуйста. Стараюсь не забыть. Add some nails in this pores. If you want. I like that addition. I believe it would slash the enemy with his sword. The next update I think is Spider Mech. Dude, don't rush things. I'm not even close to finish this one and you already know what's in the next update. Oops. No. No. No, it doesn't look so good. Hands should be more like this, I guess. Okay, should add there something else. Another ball joint. I think a new spider mech but transforms to humanoid mode. You use your phone to shit. Oh, I'm not gonna read this. Fox, will the dino have armor wings to fly? Yeah, that's the interesting idea. So let's summarize what we figure out about the dynamic at the moment. It have the special type of melee weapon. It will not have the same melee weapons as humanoid mechs, so I will have to model at least, I don't know, at least 5 special weapons for this type of mech. It will most likely not have the primary weapon, and we will have to like counterweight this with him being, I don't know, maybe extra powerful in melee or extra fast or something. So yes, it also probably won't have these engines because there is no physically a place to put it. So yeah, it will have to have some special things to counterweight the missing engines and the missing primary weapon. So wings are the possible one of the possible solutions, but want it like interfere with these things if he had wings. There's a man by book how to learn installation, but it did not reach him. I don't understand what you are saying. I like Armored Squad, thank you very much. I'm glad you do. Old Spider and Armored Squad be like infinite jump. Is it still the case? I remember what device do you have? Is it iPhone? I believe there was a problem, but I think I fixed it. Let me check it. What date are you gonna release the new update? I don't know. Карта для нового режима доделана? Нет. Карты для нового режима очень много времени занимают, потому что, ну, в общем, там надо многое очень переделывать, поэтому я решил пока что делать видео о других вещах, которые мы можем более быстро выпускать обновления, а над картой буду работать. Там просто не только карта, там и боссов надо делать, и много кода писать, как будут спауниться враги. I've been wondering, why does female robots exist? Well, I didn't think about robots being female or male. You know, they don't have genitals, so you can't really say if those are female or male. Those are robots, those are like mechanisms. Do you want like mech with specific female proportions or something? Yeah, I honestly didn't think of them as of males or females, of having any gender. I support Force games. It good like Roblox. Thank you. Add some spikes on the tails. I will I will come back to the tail a little bit later. Still thinking on the front part. Okay, let's just make it a neck part too. Neck part. Now make it single user. And this will be the tail part, and all of this will share the same object data. Okay. Again, just to make the editing a little bit easier and faster. So and let's play with some ideas with the tail parts, like I'm seeing on the concept, something like that maybe. Bro, why they want female mech? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not against the female specific mechs. I just didn't think about it very much, but we might have one. Not promise anything. It's just being a man for all my life, should I say? Uh, it's sometimes it is hard to understand how it is like being a girl, and sometimes we just think like having a character that represent a male is just you know obvious thing to do. It has nothing with our own gender, but like imagine you are a girl and you want to have a character that like represents what you feel about yourself, and I can understand that. So it is maybe a good idea to, you know, add the character and female character so a girl could play for this one and feel like, okay, it can, like, identify herself with that character. I hope that makes sense. Okay, what's next? What about this part being... What if we'll would try it the other way around? Like this. How should I do it? This part would be the white and the black part would be the thin. Add a little spike in the edge of the tail, please. Let's try that. Okay, those should be orange as well, right? To look like though those like continuing to in the spikes that are coming from the body. This also should be like can the prime and though guy ride it? Tough guy, I mean. I don't know just yet. I believe there are they will have some problems with the spikes, but it's not unsolvable. Fox, can you ban Miyata? I can't ban anyone, but I can like send him to the private hackers room if I'd met him. Does he play on the Asia server? Will will voice chat be added in Armored Squad? Not likely. Very, very unlikely. Voice chat is adding a lot of trouble. You know, when uh, like I there is a ordinary chat, and when you guys exploit it and write like bad things, insult each other, and I'm the one who become guilty about it because like I didn't prevent that from happening. So I have to spend my time write some bad word filtering. Then some of you, not you exactly, some of the players find a way to like change the font of the send like inappropriate pictures via ASCII symbols. So I have to spend my time again, find a way to like filter those messages, prevent that from happening. I'd rather be working on the game. I'd rather spend this time making new content and things like that, but that only tiny little future feature of having a chat requires me to spend time on things like that. Imagine what will it be if we'd be adding a voice chat. It will become a nightmare for me. I will be guilty in everything that is being said in the game. So for example, YouTube, if you mark a video as the video for for the children, it automatically disables the comments because, well, it assumes that people can be toxic in the comments and the children shouldn't be reading all the toxic comments. So the YouTube, and that's a Google corporation with like billions of dollars, can't do anything about people being toxic. They can't moderate it. They're basically they're saying, okay, that's if you think this video is for children, then we'll just disable the comments and that's all. You can imagine that I have like a trillion times less resources than Google to moderate content. So yeah, that's me explaining why the voice chat isn't going to happen. I can't ban anyone. I already explained it. If you didn't hear that or didn't see my explanation, please look for it in the Discord. I already wrote it many times why I can't ban anyone in the game. So yeah, it is a pinned message, I believe. You can find it in the Discord. When is the release? As soon as it will be finished, I will release it. I don't have exact date or something. Добавят ли улучшенные ускорители, которые я сделал? Не знаю, будем смотреть. Пока ускорители, как бы, это не только модель, не только идея, то есть там много всего задействовано. Посмотрим. Fox, can you make battle armor for last 4 mechs? How do you imagine it to look like? Can you switch him to other server though? I can if I'd met him. And what's the reason for banning ban request at all, may I ask? Can anyone tell him to add teeth? Why can't you tell it yourself? Teeth. What if we would have like something that looks like a chainsaw, like this concept? I like how it looks. В принципе, их просто так делаю от скуки. Все на этом свете делается от скуки. Ты молодец, что занимаешься, и продолжай, пожалуйста. Просто как бы изначально я не обещаю, что что-то буду добавлять из того, что игроки делают, но если будет время, если это будет интересная идея, подумаем об этом. А так все на свете делается от скуки. Так что молодец, продолжай. Так. Chainsaw teeth. Just will hide the sword. Actually, I will hide everything but this jaws for a moment. I hope Armored Squad get famous. Yeah, that would be very cool if it would become famous. Scale. Do you watch anime? I'm not a huge fan, I watched. I like have my favorites. Nothing special. I like Cowboy Bebop very much. I like Hideo Miyazaki movies. So yeah, that's I guess predictable. But not a huge fan. I haven't watched like a lot of anime. I like Trigun and what else? What would you suggest me to watch? I was expecting the sword to be placed in the tail so the dynamic could swing or whip it around, but this works too. Uh, Sword in the tail, we will think about that. I'm not saying no. Just have you checked the this guy video? What was his name? Jean Nguyen, I believe, with this Dino Blade game he is working on and the awesome videos he was posting before that. Like he has some crazy content, so if you didn't, please check it out. So I want to give him like a, since I'm basically stealing the idea, I want to give him as much like credit as possible. This guy is awesome. Yeah, that's crazy. What software does he use to make games? If you mean Jean Nguyen, I don't know, but I would. Oh my god! Oh my god! Those teeth are all out of place. But I would just. My guess is the Unreal Engine, probably. To be honest, I don't think the software is means very much. It's just a matter of personal preference. I personally like Unity because of C Sharp, the programming language that is a little bit more friendly for the programmer than C++ that is being used in the Unreal. But it all works. Unreal has like the better default graphics, but it is all achievable with Unity. Also, Unreal has some fun features like blueprints, like behavior trees built into the engine and things like. Not only that, a lot of cool stuff. Terrain tools are great. Many of the things are great. I still prefer Unity for the, well, I'm more familiar with that, and also it is a little bit easier to work as a single dev, in my opinion. If I'd be working on something more realistic, that would be Unreal probably. Still, I don't know. No, I'm not going to switch to Unreal in any foreseen future. I'm happy with Unity. If you don't follow, the general stuff, no, general news about game engines, you might not have known the story that happened with Unity a year ago, when basically Unity tried to take money from developers based on number of downloads of the games. That was the massive like drama among developers, because very often the number of downloads doesn't directly transfer to amount of money developer makes. There are a lot of free games, a lot of like games that are being downloaded a lot of times but don't bring a lot of money. And yes, and Unity tried to just simply put take to give you a bill based on one single parameter, the number of downloads. And there was a drama, and developers many developers started to leave Unity for other engines. Very often it was the Godot or Unreal as well. So they at some point reverted it, and they not reverted it, but they made the terms much softer. And well, yeah, that's good to have the the democracy when the public can affect big boys like the Unities or anyone else, like big companies. They just have to listen for their customers. Metallic Teeth. Тебе бы по английскому 5 поставили. Не знаю, вряд ли. I want Sentry like TF2. We do have sentries, if you mean the designs of the sentry. Well, I'm not sure that this level of details would fit the game. How many programming languages do you know? Well, if you mean like the names of the programming languages, I know a lot. If you mean how many languages do I use, that's not a lot. I only use a few on constant basis. I use C# in the Unity. I use Python in Maya and Blender to write tools. Yeah, I'm just, well, some time ago, like 10 or 15 years ago, I've been writing in C++ and Pascal, but that's just a hobby. I never worked as programmer professionally, so that doesn't mean a lot. It's hard to say that I know exactly many programming languages, because knowing a programming language, like the general syntaxes, is nothing. There is a lot of things involved into knowing like the algorithms, the programming patterns, like a lot of libraries you have to know to work on different things. So I can say I know all of that stuff. I only know some of this, not a good programmer at all. Okay, I'm losing the focus while I am speaking, so is Java good? Well, it is very popular. It has to be in the main programming language for the Android some time ago. Right now, I'm not too much into programming for the Android itself, like not Unity programming, but the general programming for the Android. But if I'm not mistaken, right now, uh, most apps for the Android are being developed on the with a language called Kotlin, if I'm not mistaken, something among these lines. Yeah, and the Java is cool. Java is in many ways similar to the C++. Oh, I'm sorry, to the C sharp. Basically, many people say that the C sharp was like Microsoft's version of Java. Uh, yeah, that's also one of these languages that are more user friendly than for C++, for example. As far as I know, it is being used very widely worldwide. So I guess it is a good choice if you're learning programming. Java is one of the good choices. But they're all, general programming, very similar in most languages. So, okay, just I don't know if we need a lot of details with these teeth because they won't be seen very closely, something like that. Fox, I found a way to swear on the Armored Squad chat. I know ways to swear in the chat as well. I just don't do it, you know. In the yesterday update, I did some additional filtering in the chat so it wouldn't be possible to send a lot of texts, and also um, previously messages haven't been filtered on the receiver side. Messages have been checked on the sender side, and well, obviously the sender could break the code on his device. So yeah, that was very silly of me, hoping that the players won't do that. So yesterday I made it so the messages are checked on the receiver side, so they are truncated to the length of 50 symbols, so it won't be possible to send like the wall of text like it has been possible before. It also prevent you from spamming messages like every half a second. uh, and also, what else did I do? And also it filters a lot of like non-standard characters from the messages, so it won't allow you to change the font and things like that in the messages in the chat. I hope it would make less inappropriate messages in Armored Squad. Believe me, Fox, there is a way to do it. To do what? To like send a wall of text. You can send it, but in the newer version of the game, in yesterday update, the receiver won't receive it. That's my point. So you will send it and you will see it on your own device, but the sender, I'm sorry, the receiver will not see it. Of course, you can swear if you like replace the letters with similar looking numbers, like you replace the O with zeros or something. I don't have entire life to check all of these possibilities, so I just check for the obvious stuff. Room for pilot, please. I didn't think about that, to be honest. Where does the pilot sit? Okay, that's the problem, to be honest. Well, we can imagine he sits somewhere in the head, probably, or in the body. Maybe just, is this a single user? Yes. Maybe we should just make a bigger chest and pretend the pilot is sitting there somehow. Okay, the topology is awful. Okay, let's just imagine he sits in the chest. I don't know if I should specifically make some, like windows or something, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, folks, when will the update get released, and will Tough Guy Shogun got skins and new emotes? Well, no dates, and will they? If I'll have time, they will. I hope so. That look like a window. Okay, no windows. Should we have like a... maybe a hatch or something? Okay, you know what? We will just pretend the pilot is sitting there. So yeah, he's there somewhere, and he is seeing through the these cameras. Fox, you said that if Android is faster update, how is there hackers on iOS servers? Uh, uh, Servers are not uh, related to the version of the operating system. Like everyone play together, but if some versions of the game can't play together, uh, hackers can be using the older versions of the game, so they play with whoever have the same version. If that's the iOS user, then yeah. I don't think there are a lot of hackers among uh, iOS users, just because it is harder to there basically there's less apps that allow you hacking, and less people using this kind of stuff. Fox, can you move the voting up a little bit? I can send messages if there's a... do you mean that like the user interface when the vote is happening? Let me check it. What app do you use to program that 3D model? That's the Blender. It's free and it is on all desktop platforms, so it is available on Mac OS, Linux, you name it, Windows. It is a great program. I If you interested in that kind of stuff, I sincerely recommend it. For animation, I personally prefer Maya, but a lot of people animate in Blender and like it as well. So yeah, this Blender is great for modeling, at least I find it very cool. I have an engine set, a Dynamec. Okay, dude. Okay, so the voting UI, it's in the net in-game UI, I believe. Yeah. Voting. Tractable abilities. Notification area. It's vote manager. I don't remember where it is being used. Match manager, maybe. Yeah, it's there. Let me see it. Okay, so what what you're saying is you can't. Hello, Sylvia Martins. What you're saying basically is when you write messages in chat, the voting UI is obscuring the area, basically. What can we do about that? I just there is a lot of stuff on the screen, so I just afraid to randomly move it around so it can, you know, like obscure something else that I don't think didn't think about when I move that stuff. We can move the chat window further upwards. Что за зеленая полоска, когда игрок в режиме наблюдателя? Это, короче, загрузка, которая показывает время до конца респауна. Я знаю, что она сломана. Просто в Respawn Kingdom я ее чинил, и там она правильно работает, она отображает время до респауна. А в этой игре она то же самое должна делать, но она неправильно отображает. Надо будет посмотреть тоже. Так, what if we would move the chat panel a little bit up? Would it solve the problem? I don't know, would it be more comfortably to write in chat if it were there? Okay, let me try it. Do you watch Armored Squad YouTubers? Are there any? Like, there are probably like some guys posting some videos, but are they actual YouTubers? Okay, so that's the chat. Where's the vote? Does it look better? I believe so. By the way, also... Damn it. I voted to change the map and it changed the map. So what a surprise. What I also did with the chat in the last update, that it on the PC, if any one of you is playing on PC, it also, well, previously to that update, previously to the yesterday update, while you're in a chat window, if you're pressing some buttons that use the abilities, for example, or, well, basically it will still work, and it was pretty annoying. I just want to type in the chat and it would run all the hotkeys. Yeah, so I stopped that from happening. And something else. Oh well, equipment satellite used to work in the chat. That was pretty annoying as well. B on the PC, the B key on the keyboard shows this emojis panel, and while in the chat, I mean, it doesn't now. So yeah, it's not a biggie for players on mobile devices, but yeah, just a small thing that I added yesterday. Okay, I guess the vote UI problem is solved. Okay, what else? The legs are very blocky at the moment. Let's hide this thing and see what could we add to the legs. Transform. Another hinge joint. Can you nerf Ice Sniper? Well, did you receive the yesterday update? So you are playing on the iOS, so you probably not didn't. Well, please play the updated game. iOS update is coming today, I hope. So in the update, the Ice Snipers is nerfed, as well as all other snipers, in a way that you can't use abilities while using the sniper rifle. So it's already a nerf. So let's see if it fixes the situation before we move further with the nerfs, because well, it's easy to overdo something and I want to move slowly, step by step, if it won't be like enough of the nerve, we will return to that question. Well, I personally don't think the sniper slowdown to be overpowered, because it only affects the your movement, and for the short period of time you can still use the grappling hook, and you still can use the impulse jump. So yeah, it doesn't affect that. Fox, for some reason, sometimes in bomb delivery, the iconic map, sometimes it didn't explode when hit it. I'll check that, thank you. Ammo boxes, so you meant the ammo boxes. I'll check that. Can you add nails in his legs? Yes, I will, in a moment. Just looking for a concept on the second monitor. Thinking what else can we add. So hinge joint, we can like hide it a little bit inwards, and okay. Just to block out the general proportions. This should be a ball joint, right? Somewhere in the feet. Right, like very sometimes it glitches. Also, one thing, when my friend and I, or like when the other match started, for some reason the turrets, shields, or the circle jump, these things, all of them there, like attached each other, it goes back to its original places. Yes, it most likely it happens because well, there is a one of the clients, one of the players are considered the so-called master client. He is the player that controls, not the player, but his device is the device that control the flow of the game. He is like, you can think of him as a host, or the server in this case. Basically all the stuff that is common for everyone, like for example, like in bomb delivery, the bomb movement is happening on this master client, and all the level objects like walls and these big turrets, all of them are working through this master client. So when something happens, like when he lags or disconnects, or maybe he watches an ad, sometimes the game glitches because of that. As soon as master client are being switched, it usually all are being fixed. А Bobus Games, пока-пока. Спасибо, что присоединился. How much would you price it? How much would you price it? How much would you price it? Should I put it on some music track? I guess you made it look like a poetry. I don't know how much would I price it. What would you suggest me to price it at? Hey man, did the stop yapping about your hacking Miata? This is wrong fingers. Toes, should I say? Will ground operation have updated? Not likely. It is very old and outdated. I wonder if anyone still plays it. Like, I mean, someone probably is, but not too much players to make it worth the update. Projects. Oh, so it's because of that. No. Ah, it's because of that. Fingernails. Fingernails. Does it have to? Okay, I guess it should be something like just behaves very strangely, to be honest. Okay. Stop who? Like people bragging about hacking. I don't know. What is there to brag about? You originally, like, the reason for playing fair is to like know what you can do. If you not be playing fair, that you acknowledge from the very start that you can't compete with others when uh, there are equal rules, when you're in equal situations, so you have to hack the game to feel better because you will be a sucker otherwise. So I don't know what is there to brag about when you're hacking the game. That's my personal opinion. I don't like force anyone to join me on this. I know many of the people who's hacking something. I are doing it out of, well, like curiosity, because, and then that's one thing. Curiosity is good thing to do, but I guess that would be a general, like, it's not likely. Most of them are just losers that want to make want to feel good without like spending a time to actually be good. And the timer is broken sometimes. That's the reason for that is exactly the same. That's lagging master client. That is what I told before. Yes, it happened with the host of the server lags. Yes, not the server, but the master client. Yes. uh, all kinds of problems, like when you can't take the flag, or you can't take the armor box. All of these are caused by the same thing, when master clients lags. uh, well, I might look into it, but I tried some time ago, like trying to switch the master client, and it is being switched automatically when the player leaves, for example, but sometimes it just freezes in this uncertain situation when it is not certain if the player just lagging for a second or two, or he just like left the game, or he has internet connection problems. So I tried to like auto switch master client based on his ping, or some other values, but it didn't worked out very well, because it's not very easy to like determine who has the good ping, because all the data are being transferred between players, and like if there is a player A, B, and C, and for example, the player A is a master client and he lags or something bad happened, player B might think he has a good ping for because he, for example, is close to client A, but client C might think client A has a bad ping because they are far away from each other. So those values can be interpreted differently. So it's not certain who am I to choose the next master client. So I tried to make try to come up with a solution to the problem of that hanging or lagging master client, but that didn't work out very well. I might return to this later at some point. Could you launch a quadrupedal arachnid robot as if it were a four-legged war machine and not a spider? Quadrupedal arachnid robot. That sounds war machine and not a... the game has that like a little bit silly, cartoony vibe, and what I am trying to say is like having this realistic war machines feeling is not the thing that uh, probably is going to happen in the game, because well, that's just a part of the style of the game. Otherwise, if we'd add one realistic war machine, then all the others would look out of fit. Okay, let's imagine equipment is there, this is there, right weapon. I don't know. We could make it bite like a pit bull, but I find it to be just way more original if it would have a sword in his mouth. You know, that's not my original idea, but still, we don't have any of that in the game, and we already have a biting mech in the game. So just for variety reasons. Just realized that the tail is too short. Not only it is too short, but also it feels like it has to have some type of special, like spear or something on the tail. And I don't know, let's just compare it to other mechs. And see if it fits the general style of the game. What do you think? Obviously it doesn't have to be like orange. What's the name of this mech? I didn't come up with this just yet. A gun on the tail would be cool. A gun on the tail. I'll think about that. Like, how did it look? Gun on the tail? Do you mean like melee weapon on the the gun actually? I personally think it would look strange. Let's just try out with this idea. Like, that's how you imagine it? Nah, that doesn't look very good. I don't know. We can try it out, but in my opinion, it just look weird. Like he would. I imagine tail doesn't like he will gradually go up like that. I don't know. Like, okay, I will play with this idea later. Select objects. Let's try like how it look in different colors. I think the purple is good. What about red? Pink. Imagine pink dinosaurs. I mean, the real ones. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't sure about the colors. Even it, we will have like an option to change colors. Still, it have to have like the primary color. I personally like the white and the purple. I feel like we don't have um, another mech with these colors as the default ones. The brown is looks fine too, I guess. Not very, doesn't like stand out, but but like rusty something old. I like it too, I guess. Blue. Let's try. I only have like limited amount of colors here, but obviously I can make another palette or like draw colors I like. How tall is the pilot? You mean like in human units, in centimeters? I don't know. I don't follow like there is no system of measuring the heights in the game. Pilots are literally giants. Do you think so? Fossil looking color. I don't know what's that, like this one. Like you want to look him like a skeleton of the dinosaur. Give a number. Okay, it's like 8. Okay. I'm not very familiar with the, imperial units. I believe feet imperial units, so okay, I just leave it at brown for the moment. I feel like I like it better. Maybe just yeah, we will have the color adjusted later. That's not a big of a problem. For fun, how tall is the pilot? For fun, I don't know, he is like 1.6 meters. He is not the tallest guy in the world. It's like Pilots in general, I I don't remember where, but I heard it somewhere that pilots are usually not very tall guys. I mean the military pilots. I don't remember why. It's like maybe they uh, uh, better with this, you know, how's it called? With this forces when I don't remember how it is being called. Like when they perform these figures, flying figures, they better withstand the forces, probably because of that. Or maybe there's, for in the case of former squad, maybe there's not so much space in the cabin of the mech, so the short guys are a better fit. Can you make your mic louder? I can try to. Hmm. Oh, not that. No, that's not where you. I don't know where where it is being done, to be honest. So if you know, let me know. It's it's not for the make, it's for the dynamics. Sound parameters, microphone. Microphone, you can turn it off, but there is no like setting. Hmm. There is also, there is also the setting in the translation. Oh yes, I found something. Let me try it. Is it better? Let me know if it's any better. There was a setting in the OBS studio. That's the program I used to capture the screen and the sound. Nah. How much is it, Fox? I don't know. Why you keep asking things like that? I don't know. You tell me. I keep thinking like a developer, not like a player. I just forgot. Forgot you are actually players and not developers, and you actually like care about the price of that mech, which I don't personally. I wish the game let everyone create some stuff. Like, tell me some examples. I have a few ideas, but they are very like basic. What language do they speak? I do speak Russian, a little bit English, even less so in French. I guess that's it. I know like how to say hello in some other languages, but that's all I can do. Привет, сладкий в кроватке. Это новый робот для Armored Squad. I'm think about it and then name is Rampage Rex. Rampage Rex. That sounds interesting. Not very original though, but there's something in it. I have to admit it. Savage name of Dino. Dino is too simple to. You know, what first come into my mind is Rudy from the Ice Age 3, I believe. You know, this cartoon. There was a Spinosaurus named Rudy. Every time Fox makes the vids, it makes me excited. It is very nice to hear that. No. Why not make it yellow? Maybe. No? Now red looks better. Nah, the T-Rex name is just... that's too obvious. Yeah, I think we might come up with something better than this. Heavy machinery armor. Yeah, by the way, could it have some types of armor? And if it could, where would I put it? Obviously there's no much space in the body and the chest area. On the head probably. Red eye and black primary color. Now let's try it. So basically it is something like that, but how does a dino use engine? That is the good question. I don't know how.
He doesn't, I guess. Maybe he will have his own types of engine, probably. I don't know. There is no place to put the engine, that's for sure, because of the tail. Well, it black looks good from the front and the sides probably, but it is very very boring from the from behind, and that's how you will see a mech most of the times. I believe this variety between like several colors, like black and brown in this case, makes it more interesting, more pleasant to watch on it. So just adding the highlights. Make when there is a lot of contrast, I find it to look more metallic. What if thrusters on the leg? Yeah, but it will require a special type of thrusters. Those that we have right now will not fit. I guess the teeth should be more contrast, right? Just a random idea. No. Fox, can you try add a few like gold teeth on it, please? Well, there is no exactly gold color in the palette. Let's try what we have. Orange stuff. Looks very strange, to be honest. What do you think? Well, it's it's okay, but it doesn't. Should I say it doesn't like match much with its body color at the time. Yellow is now. Yellow is now not good. Is this a new type of robot we can play? Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. Next backs for Fox here, everybody. 4 hours of stream now. I should probably end it. Yeah, I should. I will. I'm calling it right now. We will get back to it. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow or some other time. We'll finish the model and we'll be animating it and inserting it into the game. Yes, so that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining in, and I see you next time. Bye. See you, folks.